be doing that. Oh, and today I've added 2 new layered images to my Patreon account. If you want to jump over to Patreon.
Yes.
And you can access them at patreon.com/AaronBlaiseArt. Okay? I got to read all that. And if you want to throw some donations in there, we won't say no. We take them any place we can because it really helps us get more product out to you guys. So 6-year anniversary sale going on at creatureartteacher.com. We've got the plein air painting course with Ronnie Williford and myself on March 13th through the 16th.
Thank you.
And then we've got our Patreon, and we've got a couple of new images that have been uploaded there. You can get the layered images if you're one of the members there.
Don't forget about your mobile app.
And my mobile app. I'm going mobile.
Mobile.
Go on over to the Apple App Store, and you can get our new app. We've had over 3,000 downloads of it. So
really?
Yeah, it's going really well.
Holy
you can do
moly.
in-app purchases now. So if you have an Apple device, iPad, iPhone, you can get my app. And we are working on getting, in the next 6 months or so, we are hoping to get an Android version out as well. So go check that out. You can search Aaron Blaise or Creature Art Teacher. Either way, you'll find the app that way. And here we go. So we're just going to jump into questions now. And before we do that, I've got Dustin with me, as always.
Hey, everybody.
And we've got Nick in Sarasota, and he's answering questions. We have actually already got a Twitch question. What are you going to paint in Florida? Animals? Wild? Maybe both? The app also works on Apple TV. So there's that, Apple TV. We are going to be painting animals at, I keep wanting to say Tiger's Eye. It's,
Is that the Big Cat?
Big Cat Habitat. Jeez.
Or we're going there on the trip?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Dustin loves that place. Look at these little Coca-Cola shots.
You're so cute.
Makes me feel like Andre the Giant.
Big boy.
Today's request day.
Request day.
I want to be an animal.
I already had one a bit earlier.
We had a request?
Yeah. Did you see that story in New York Times about the lioness who adopted a leopard cub? That would be fun to see a drawing of.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I wanted something more original. Challenge me.
Challenge.
I don't want robots. No robot kangaroos or anything like that. I don't want to do robots.
But what about a robot moose?
Is Nolan Taylor on here?
I just
No, I
just
don't.
said myself.
That would be a Nolan Taylor suggestion.
Bird of prey?
A bird of prey, a made-up bird of prey.
A bird of prey could be made up. Could be
Is that
real.
what someone asked?
Yeah, somebody's.
Okay, that's too
bird of prey.
general. I need some specifics.
Samurai rhino.
Samurai rhino.
Could you draw an otter?
The samurai rhino sounds interesting, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, I bet
A spider
an
elephant
alien-
hybrid.
an alien hippie, half
Orca,
man, half
please.
horse. That's a centaur.
A spider elephant hybrid.
Tiger elephant. Electric wheelchair transformer. New York City sewer alligator. Armadillo and are live on YouTube today. It should be. Giraffes, please. A saber-toothed cat.
A spider elephant hybrid. That's the one that's still sticking to my brain. I got to do it. I'm doing it. I got to do
It
the
wasn't a
spider
spider
elephant
elephant.
hybrid.
It was a tiger elephant. I said.
No. This one up here.
Oh,
Oh, it just went away.
spider elephant.
Yeah, Nick, did you just take it down? Because it went orca, please. And a pirate pangolin doing battle with a pirate lemur. That's a lot of pirates. Actually, the pangolin is really cool too.
A wolf.
I don't know, the elephant spider, man. Doesn't that sound cool?
Sounds interesting.
And it can. Oh, I've already got an idea in my head. I gotta get it out. Just something you'd find on.
Oh, Caroline says, "Hey guys, getting ready to go to Manchester for the week, so just stopping by to say hello."
Hello.
Hello. Hope you have a fun trip
There,
to
it's back.
Manchester. What?
It goes there. It's back.
There's back. You happy now?
Okay, so we have a spider. Spiders have 2 parts to their bodies, unlike insects that have 3. So,
Question is it going to be a spider with like an elephant trunk, or
I
is
don't
it going
know.
to be
It's-
an elephant with 8 legs? And Gabby just hopped on. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Gabby.
Gabby.
Gabby. All right. Now we just need some questions. How about 8 trunks as legs? Ooh. That's basically an octopus, though, wouldn't it? With just holes on the coming out the tips.
Hold on a minute now. Hold on a minute, yeah. 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 Dustin, switch the camera.
Switch the camera. Oh. Sorry.
And he did that in red. That was like, hey, switch the camera.
Do it! Do it! Do it! Turn it off! Turn it off! What are you drawing today? Is it too late to request?
Yes. Okay, let's see here. I got to get. All right, I'm getting. I didn't get a frump out of you.
Oh yeah, many eyes and furry spider legs.
Yeah, I don't like the silhouette. The silhouette's horrible.
Is the full membership on sale as well, or just the individual courses?
I believe the full membership is on sale as well, but that's Nick. Nick, I think the full membership is on sale as well, correct?
Nick, answer the thing.
Nick. I don't like that.
Nick, perch.
So let's start with let's get the silhouette right first. I want to get a sense of scale too.
How's the new course going? Can't wait to buy it.
The what?
How's the new course going?
Oh, it's going great. It's going really well. We just did a good lecture yesterday where I was talking about using lighting on various on different forms of lighting on the same subject, which was cool. I'm trying to. I gotta get. Oh, I know. Let me turn it this way.
I got an idea.
Yes, the membership is $75 off right now.
$75 off?
Yes.
That's a lot of money. What are we making today? A spider elephant.
A spider elephant.
Is it a spider elephant or elephant spider?
idea for something here.
Are you sure about that?
My ears. I might forego the giant ears. See, I'm trying to mix a spider face and an elephant face.
Getting a little tricky, huh?
Tricky.
I don't know why, but it's kind of making me think of that those movies, Monsters. I watched one of them last week where it's like an alien invasion, but it's all like super giant monsters, and they're more like creatures that you just see out in the distance. They're not part of the main story.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm kind of thinking too.
Yeah. Like they did one that's set in Mexico. Then I think they did a sequel that's set in like Iraq. Somewhere.
Oh yeah. Do you use references to design the spider? No, I'm doing this out of my head right now. But I might pull up some reference here in a minute.
It's also give me those long legs with the elephants. Kind of give me also the vibes of what was it, Picasso? There's a famous painter that made what looked like
Dali.
Giant Dali. Is it Dali?
Yeah. Not liking this yet. When was the last time I did a commission? Several years ago. I was commissioned to do. Actually, I think the hippo painting was my last commission.
I also do a butterfly elephant.
We're doing a spider elephant. Just not liking. I'm starting to get a feel for it, but I'm still not quite there yet. We're gonna find it. We're gonna get this.
Yeah, spiders can't stand like that, really.
Yeah, I could. There's certain kinds that can actually. They can push way up.
Like I said, elephant. I'm thinking more like tarantula style. Like really, like big spider legs, like low to the ground. All I want for Christmas is a hippopotamus. I'm
See,
suggesting.
I'm giving him 3 parts to his body, which is a mistake. If you're a monthly streaming member, my oil painting course. Oh, that's right. Nick was just reminding me. If you're a monthly streaming member, my oil painting course is now available. We've gotten past the 90 days, and it's now available. All right, I'm going to pull up some reference. Reference. Hold on, Nick. I gotta jump over. Jumping spider. Want to do a jumping spider, like a giant jumping spider?
That'd be kind of creepy. And also, I think you might have your borders too narrow. I think you might need to widen.
Oh no, I just got to get the right. I love these guys. They're so cute. Yeah, see, right off the bat, that gives me ideas. Okay, I'll bring this down. I'll show you guys. There's some good ones in here. Oops. We'll look at that one. And I love jumping spiders.
Intro, no, Dad has not seen Has Been Hotel yet. I haven't gotten him to watch it yet.
Watch what?
The Has Been Hotel.
Oh, no, not yet. Come on. See, I like the leg orientation on these guys too. That's a good one. That's a good one, eh?
That's good right there, eh?
Yeah, that's a good one, eh?
And Purdy.
See, I love that orientation. Right there, eh?
So maybe it should be a baby elephant spider,
Or
or like one.
I think I've got enough here to go off of.
Think you got what you need?
Got what I need there, Bubba.
Got what you need.
YouTube question. A lot of artists I know develop hand problems as they get older, arthritis, carpal tunnel, etc. A lot of artists I know have done the same thing. Do you have any advice for young artists on how to take care of their hands? I don't. I would say I try to draw from the shoulder as much as I can. I don't draw like this. You know, I draw like this, and I don't have any problems. So let me go to my desktop. Let me open up these little guys.
Do you know Lucas the Spider? That is so cute. Yes, I love Lucas the Spider videos.
So do I. All right, I'm going to put these up here.
Stretch your meat paddles.
Yes, we're gonna make this elephant spider hybrid. I see this one right here. I love this. You know, it's low, super low res, but it's a great idea. It's great information for a pose. So I'm using that. I love that. I'm gonna use that inspiration right there. Jumping spiders do have the cutest little faces. And there's this little outdoor tiki bar that I used to go to, and there were jumping spiders all over the place, and I used to put a spoon in. Remember we used to do this?
Oh yeah.
We put the spoon in front of the jumping spiders, and they'd fight with themselves.
I actually don't remember doing that.
Yeah, right on the table. We used to do that. It was pretty funny. Whoops. Come on, turn that off. Turn that off. Want that off right there. Okay. Now I gotta kind of change it into a kind of an elephant butt.
Elephant butt.
Yeah, see, this angle might not be good though for the. No, it's not going to be good for showing off that it's an elephant.
Do you ever get lost in the endless hole of references that aren't your own? I get lost sometimes for hours without realizing it, saving whatever pops out to me.
Sometimes. I'm going to make him cute.
Oh, Gabby says that jumping spiders will chase a laser pointer just like a cat.
Yeah, they will. They're super funny. I love them. Let's give them just little tusks.
Those little ones. Someone else agrees. I use the spoon to get the spider to jump into a container to take outside when I find them in the house.
Uh,
And Gabby suggests go all Zoolander on his pose.
there. You give them eyes that are close together.
Big buggy eyes.
Oh yeah.
Is there an animal or creature you don't like?
No. I'm like Steve Irwin, man. I love them all.
You're alright, mate.
You all right, mate? Yeah. Oh, I can feel it now. This is going to be a good one. Now I'm feeling it.
Baby Yoda has a rival. Finally a worthy opponent. Is this a mosquito?
I know there's always pressure to do well when making a movie, but the pressure, but is the pressure even higher if it's the first of its kind in some way? Like Snow White was the first animated feature. There is a little bit, because if you're doing a sequel, you are kind of riding on the coattails of what was before you. But one of the things that when you're doing a sequel that's harder is that you've got to live up to the first one, and so often people don't like sequels. In comparison to the original, and so that's a hard pill to swallow. All right, so now I'm going to shrink them up.
Have you watched the whole season of The Mandalorian? And is it worth watching?
I'm the wrong one to ask.
I've only watched like the first 2 episodes, so neither am I.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan, and I know people are going to hate me for that. Trying to see how these legs work. They're going to come out. I got to get his ears. I'm going to do.
Have you ever considered an Australia Zoo Irwin family visit for an animal drawing trip?
Oh, I think it'd be awesome.
That would be epic. And Aaron, would you
Still
be
don't like
visiting?
those ears. Sorry, go ahead.
Would you be visiting Chicago's Wizard Comic Con?
No. I will not be up there. Only because we haven't budgeted for it, so no, we're not up there. We're actually pulling back quite a bit on our travel this year. Maybe like that.
Have you seen the making of The Mandalorian? The stage is mind-blowing.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, the way they've done it is that it's not even like the sets, like even like all the indoor space is all fake, but it's not green screen.
Wow.
Like the way they did it was they built out the environment in CG,
Yeah.
and they have all these projected screens around the set, and like even all of the extra stuff in the background, like all the props,
Yeah.
are all CG model, and they program the way the set moves with the camera.
Wow.
And so during camera pans, it'll look like a natural pan, but when you're seeing it from the set, you're just seeing the screens moving the set around.
Crazy, man.
Freaking amazing!
Sorry, I'm concentrating on this. I gotta figure this out. It's annoying me now. So I'm not liking the silhouette. I like his little face. Nick says, "Oh, you didn't tell Dustin that we're doing the Australia Zoo without him?"
Really? Really? Is it on Disney Plus? Yes, The Mandalorian is on Disney Plus. Would you consider doing a weekend drawing course at a Florida park?
Like a Disney park, or is that what they mean?
Maybe like a wildlife park or something, national park. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be more specific, Steven. Animal drawing. So probably a national park.
Okay, so far, I want to turn. Let me do this.
Kind of the same tech they used for Jungle Book and the Lion King, wasn't it? Being a Jon Favreau production. No, I thought Jungle Book and Lion King were all motion captured and just all green screen with like special sets. There's the way they visually did Mandalorian is more like, if anybody has gone to Universal Studios and went to through the Hogwarts ride, where like there's certain scenes where where the screen looks like it's 3D, like you can see depth within the screen, because the way the seats are programmed to the screen is that the screen and the chairs move with the same motion, so it gives the illusion of 3D even though it's not. And they've implemented that same tech in The Mandalorian, but I don't think they've done that in The Lion King or Jungle Book. I think it's all green. I think it's all green and blue screen. Maybe some thick thighs for the spider font.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have definitely some thick legs. I'm just trying to figure out placement right now, and I'm not liking any of this. Man, you're getting to see me struggle, folks.
Yeah, this is a toughie, isn't it? Have either of you watched Lock and Key on Netflix? I personally have not.
I can't find the gesture. That's what's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts, eh?
Have you seen Lock and Key?
No. I got to think. Don't bother me. I'm thinking.
Hey, listen. You smell that? Dynamic pose idea. What if he's hanging from a web so his body is above his head?
That's a great idea, actually.
Or if he was on a web at an angle so all parts would be seen well.
I'm trying to get this little gesture.
And based upon your 2019 unboxing video on the 16-inch Wacom Cintiq display tablet, I just received it yesterday and got it set up. I'm really looking forward to using it. Thank you for your input.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you like it. Do you hear that, Wacom?
Did you know they included one real shot in the new Lion King? Did you spot it? As the very opening, wasn't it?
I have no idea. I didn't spot it. Hi, Aaron. Would you recommend an iPad Pro for professionals? Yes, I would. YouTube suggestion: multiple trunks, perhaps. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. I'm not sure about it yet.
Were you disappointed that Klaus didn't win the animation award?
Yep. You mean the Oscar?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Gabby says, honestly though, Aaron, when you kind of have a hard time finding a pose or gesture, it really helps us remember that even a pro doesn't get everything right the first time around.
I never get anything right the first time around. You guys just don't see me struggle.
The struggle can be real.
Yeah. See, we got complexity here, so this is something that I've got to figure out. I got to simplify the complexity.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
I like the buffalo muscle character when you're going. And so, when are you going to draw a water buffalo and talk a little about the muscles and all? Basically, talk about like buffaloes and bison and like big cow like creatures, I guess, or just water buffalo in general.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Like you say, it's a live action movie with a lot of CGI. Liking, yeah. Or you're talking about Mandalorian.
Huh?
I'm talking to myself at this point.
Well, we got to bring up the energy, man.
Have you seen the new Call of the Wild movie?
I haven't, and I don't understand. One of the things that you got to do, because I could see it right from the trailer, if you're going to do CG mixed with live action, you've got to make sure that that CG is going to fool the eye, or at least do something to suspend our belief or something, because man, that CG does not mix well with that live action.
No.
This is terrible. You give him a tail. Okay, so I've got an idea for that. And let's bring him in. I didn't think a spider elephant would be this hard.
Right?
I got an idea for something here. I want to see. Right now, it's not like we could knock it back and I could kind of refine it. Let's see if I refine it. Give him a little hair.
A little bit of her.
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 YouTube question. Harry, I'm a big fan. I was wondering how the past recession might have affected working in the industry, and more specifically for freelancers, if it was different for them. I was working full time at Disney. I had a contract. It did affect Disney, and people were affected by wage cuts, things like that. Because I was under contract, I didn't lose my wages, but I was. We were affected in other ways. And from a freelance standpoint, I'm sure it was even worse. I wasn't freelance at the time. Okay, I want to get that other eye over here.
Let
Huh?
let him stand on his back legs like a spider wants to bite.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna. Well, we'll get there. Twitch comment. I saw a lot of huge golden orb weavers when I visited some parks in Florida a few years ago. The webs are big too. They are big. Some of them 20 to 30 feet up in the trees. It's absolutely right. And imagine being a kid running through the woods like me and running straight through them. I used to get big golden orb weavers like on my head. Freak me out. Got an idea. There. Give him a little squinchy eye. Squidgy.
Squidgy. Looks like the mind flare from Stranger Things. Is that giant?
I've got to get my hair cut.
What was that giant creature from Stranger Things that chased after him in season 3?
Yeah. Okay. So let's bring this jaw down. I'm going to have a little structure in here. You should have a little jaw and little tusks.
I recently designed a lion scorpion creature, and found that I had to think like a scientist. Don't put lion's head on a scorpion body, but draw a scorpion that had lion traits, like hair, like a hair head that looked like a mane. Does that help?
Does what? Not,
like
oh.
like having more like spider traits than elephant.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. I would definitely want it to have some elephant traits. We'll figure it out. Oh, we'll figure it out for sure. YouTube question. Could you talk a bit about painting or drawing on travel? I plan on going to Italy in May. Any tips? Yeah, just bring a really good sketchbook. And I recommend getting an arty. Can you grab my art bag up there, Dustin?
Yes, the red one.
Yep, either one.
There you go, Captain.
So these are made by Lilo Roche. It's LILOROSH.com. Lilo Roche. They're handmade bags made to order, and you can customize them. I bring mine all over the world. And can you see? Okay. Is
Yep.
it coming up? And you can let them know what size you want, what color, what material, all of that. It's a wonderful, wonderful bag. I keep everything right there. My watercolors. There's an extra pocket back here for extra room. So I take I've got a couple of these, and I bring them with me everywhere I go. LILOROSH.com, I believe. And I recommend one of those, and just pack it full of your watercolor gear or your drawing gear or whatever it is that you want to do, and you're good to go.
Do we need to hang that back up over here? Or?
Yeah. So I want to take this.
Man, with the way that these bags are hanging, it's almost like they're hanging by a thread.
Oh yeah.
And because they're strapping, yet they're hanging off of
The little nail.
the little nail, like that's this high, this far away off the wall. It's like
I know.
barely anything.
Hey, twig suggestion. Maybe try do a dolly thinging. Long, huge legs. Yes, I'm thinking about doing that actually. Good suggestion.
I'm actually thinking of
Oh,
thicker legs to support the weight.
come on.
The spider elephant creature makes me think of a mythical creature, the manticore, which is the lion creature with a scorpion's tail.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Come on, draw. Gonna have it curl this way.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
I'm Booney. When you're really struggling with a pose or character and become truly frustrated, do you find it better to muscle through or take a quick break and grab some coffee or something and then come back to it after a few minutes?
Yes. Either way, both work. Like right now, I'm having to draw in front of you guys for you guys, and so I got to muscle through this. I can't go out and take a break. But oh man, that's hot in here. Man, it's hot in there.
Hot.
Let's give him a big jaw.
Hey Dustin, have you tried to draw landscape paintings to see if you have some talent in this path? I haven't really done that many landscapes. Like the last one I did was when I was like 13, but I mainly back then did a lot of like robot designs and spaceship designs. But nowadays it's just all photography for me.
Hey, stop it. God, I hate that sound.
What the? How would a spider elephant eat? I think it would grab flies like peanuts with its trunk.
Yes. It's the transition from the head into the body and then the legs. It's annoying me.
That's the tricky part.
It's tricky.
Tricky.
Look at that. See that? Starting fresh. Take the
Yeah.
part you like, leave the parts you don't.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? What's the creature's name? Billy.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
I think I'm just going to have to make 3 parts to the body. I'm just going to have to. Sorry. I'm breaking the rules of spiders. But, hey.
Why?
It's a spider hybrid.
Yeah, that's true.
I do want to give him a big butt.
Hi, Aaron. Your moose characters from Brother Bear are one of my all-time favorites. I was wondering where the idea of dumb moose came from. Do people generally see them as such, or was it an original idea?
It was an original idea, really. It was based off the idea of Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas, their characters that they used to play on SCTV back in the 70s. I was a big fan of Bob and Doug McKenzie, which is their characters. And my co-director, Bob Walker, who's Canadian, he was a huge fan as well. And then we had a couple of friends, a couple of guys that worked at the studio, Bruce Johnson and a few other guys that were really into the idea as well. And so we just thought, hey, we've got these moose, let's give them Canadian, make them Canadian. And then we instantly went to Bob and Doug McKenzie.
And Manny just hopped on.
Manny?
Hey, Manny!
Ah,
Yellowstone National Park.
yeah.
How about covering the parts you don't like with some thick jumping spider hair? That way you can get more of their coloring into the piece.
See, I want to get like get them up off the ground.
They just said, "What's up, fellas?"
Medic.
Minnie.
We got to get the leg back here. And back here.
Can elephants bend their trunks forward like that? I saw that on the original Jungle Book too, but never in real life.
They can move them any direction they want.
You're breaking the rules for spider bodies? Putting an elephant's head on a spider is not pushing the rules?
Exactly.
Who do you most admire?
Whoops. Oh, that's a hard one.
Who do you most admire?
I don't know that I admire anyone most at all. Oops. I'm just going to try it this way now. Sorry, I'm just getting, now I'm really getting deep into thought here.
Deep Thoughts. With
Deep
Aaron
Thoughts by Aaron Blaise. Nope. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
That is a good question.
I will not be defeated. Twitch question: is there any advantage to starting my career early? Yeah, of course there is. We are trying to decide if I want to start middle school early and graduate a month after turning 18 versus waiting and graduating at 19. Is it a disadvantage to start working in the industry late? I am 11 now, and I'll be 12 in May. Slow down there, buddy. You're okay. You are absolutely okay. There's no difference between going at 18 or going at 19. And if you go at 19, that's not late. So you're okay. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but you youngsters crack me up sometimes. So you're doing all right, buddy.
Let him hang on a spider web.
Yeah. It's just we could do something like that, but
I'm really thinking of like a tarantula style.
we've been
spider.
at this for almost an hour, and I still haven't figured it out. Well, if we did that, then it would be something like.
Oh, the hanging.
Yeah. Maybe that is the best way to go. Maybe like that.
Did Quaden see the drawing that you made last week?
What's that?
Um, did Quaden see the drawing you made for him last week?
No. Unfortunately, no.
Are spider elephants still afraid of mice? Now, is that just like an old myth
Yes.
of elephants being scared by mice?
Yes.
Where did that even start?
Don't know. Dan on YouTube says, we really need science to figure out how to miniaturize big animals. I want a puppy-sized elephant, or imagine a goldfish-sized killer whale. That's really cool.
Is this elephant spider as small as a spider or as big as an elephant?
Well, good question.
It is a good question.
There we go.
Will you give him glasses? The elephant glasses?
Maybe.
I read somewhere that elephants think humans are cute, like a person would find a puppy cute.
I read the same thing somewhere.
How do you know if they think that?
I don't know that that's true, but I think it was somebody just saying that. But it's a funny little thing to think about. All right, I'm getting somewhere now. Call it an arachiderm. There you go. Well, I think we found our pose, which is good.
Good
Finally.
start.
Just I can't seem to find a good pose for these ears. Do I want to flare them way out?
You can flare him out like it's always trying to hear something.
And bring them way out like a. But then it see what I don't like about it is that it kills the silhouette for the legs. So then I think, okay, let's make them small, like an Asian elephant. Small ears.
They said from brain scans, I think, about
What's that?
about elephants thinking people are cute. Apparently, it was read through brain scans. Once you have the pose, all those drawings could be the keyframes of a whole animation. I'm trying to do a Scar animation, and he's kind of hard to keep in the right proportions. Any tips?
You just got to get really good at drawing them. You know, it's that's the only tip I can give you. Is just keep practicing drawing them. Andreas Deja was his designer, so look up Andreas Deja. You might find some other model sheets out there.
Those comments out. You could have the ears flopping down.
Like hanging down. Oh, that could be kind of cute, actually. Let's see. I'm liking the face now.
Watching this makes you want to sit down and draw too.
Oh, that's kind of cute. You like that?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
12 hours later.
Yeah, I know.
Now I
right?
have a pose and it looks not too bad.
Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do.
I mean, how long did it take you to get your Yao design done?
Yeah, it took weeks. But that's okay. We're going to get this. Because now I've got it.
Give him big furry feet like the paws spiders have, but huge.
Thinking about doing big feet like elephant feet. I don't know if that's going to look right, but like really big. Just going massive with it.
Oh, congratulations on your 6-year anniversary of your website.
Thank you.
I've just purchased the annual membership, premium membership. Thank you for such an amazing opportunity. You are awesome.
Thank you. So are you.
Hey guys, this is Deadlift. Sorry if I keep mispronouncing it. Was wondering if you know a place I can visit the day before the workshop to photograph brown pelicans?
Yes.
I think going to Everglades for one day is too far.
Well, you can go to the beach and photograph brown pelicans. They're everywhere. Or you can go to the north end of Lido Key. There's a seabird rehabilitation center there.
Lido Key?
Lido Key.
How do you spell that for the...
Lido.
Lido. Key.
Okay, now the key is just to get a nice, clear, pleasing silhouette.
It says, yeah, the floppy ears are creepingly cute. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
Any tips on how to improve our gesture drawing?
You know, just doing it a lot. You know, the best tip I can give you is, you know, first of all, don't get hung up. Pay attention to your anatomy. Pay attention to proportion. Draw the story, not the anatomy. Don't get hung up with that. Try to get into, you know, push what you know, whatever is being the gesture is. Push that.
Do you draw in 300 DPI?
I do. I draw in 300 DPI.
Oh, perfect. Devlove says, perfect, thank you. And you're pronouncing it right, Dustin. Thank you.
Oh, I kind of dig this guy now. See? If you persevere, if you push.
Yeah,
What is with that sound out there?
I don't know. There's plenty of pelicans in Tampa by the bridges.
Oh, the pelicans are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, brown
Yeah,
pelicans are everywhere.
Are pretty much on almost all the coastlines.
If it's as big as an elephant, that better be braided steel cable coming out of his butt. Now I'm thinking about doing like long tusks.
Elephant fact. The closest living relative to an elephant is the rocky hyrax.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I've seen the hyrax in Africa as well. In Tanzania, I saw them. Did you know that the closest relative to a manatee is an elephant?
Yes.
All right, so let me get this leg out here.
Elephants seeing us as cute is a straight up myth.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I
based
thought
off
too.
of it was based off a meme, and there hasn't been any research on their brains that proves this.
Right.
In reality, they see us as threats like lions or hyenas, especially since we can actually take down adult elephants, unlike the predators they live with,
Right.
and also because of all the human poachers.
Yeah, when I was in Tanzania, a lot of the elephants there still remember being hunted and poached, and man, they charged us a couple of times.
Been in college for graphic design. I graduate on Monday.
Hey, congratulations.
Would you recommend drawing anything and everything anytime to improve on skill?
Yeah. The more you draw, the better you get.
Yep. And that's why I've been going out consistently out in the field with my photography to improve it.
That's exactly right. There we go. What do you think of that? That feels better, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of the size of the head? Do you think his head should be bigger? Okay,
Nah,
question for Dustin. Good camera, books, programs, etc. to get to start with photography. I'm trying to design my own elective for that. I'm homeschooled.
Huh. I don't know any good books. But just look up Jared Polin and Peter McKinnon. That's my mistake. Peter McKinnon on YouTube, and those two guys are great with teaching different mediums of cameras and like different styles of cameras, and also Jared Lloyd, who I recently found, who is really good at wildlife photography, and he gives a lot of really good pointers as well, and for good, and depending on your budget, for a camera to start with, you could probably go with either one of Canon's Rebel series cameras, or go with one of Sony's 6000 series cameras. You just kind of take off from there.
So the reason I'm changing the trunk now, because I enlarged the head and I didn't like it was creating a tangent on this leg right here. I'm going to move this leg as well.
And Jimmy says the head should be wider, or the trunk should be smaller or shorter.
Says who?
Jimmy Nicholson.
There, get that leg
Dustin, can you
cleared
do the
out.
impression of Colonel Haffey from the 1967 animated Jungle Book? If you can remember him, that is. I honestly do not. I haven't watched Jungle Book since I was little. I barely remember that movie. I just remember the bare necessity. I remember the
Look for
and the want to be like you, and Shere Khan going bravo, bravo.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the
That's
legs
it.
bigger.
Every other
Maybe the head
movie
bigger.
or every other scene of that movie, I don't remember at all.
Okay. Twitch comment: fact, manatees have been confirmed to be mermaid elephants.
So are they mermaids?
It's got to be true. Saw it on the internet.
Are they merfants?
Merfants. Oh, Glenn Dewis has some great photography books. If you go to www.glendewis.com, that's GLYNDEWIS. Glenn Dewis. He's a good friend of mine. I highly recommend his photography books. They're very good.
Oh, yeah, Glenn. I need to look at that stuff.
11.
11. You didn't tell me you had a book.
Where do you place your drawing tablet? Where do I place it? I'm not sure I understand the question.
Like, how do you have it set up, I guess?
I just keep it on my desk.
There it is.
Or on my lap. What?
Showing the tablet, or showing the, what you're using right now.
Yeah, my drawing tablet for this is huge. I have a big one.
32.
It's a 32
But
inch.
whenever you're using the iPad, you use it on the animation desk where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
There are pictures all over the net of photographers being heckled by animals they are shooting. Has Aaron ever had an animal get up close and personal while he sketched?
Yes. I've had bears come up close. I've had foxes just come straight up and just start playing with me, with my feet in the wild. We were just talking about that last night. We've had I've had birds land on my hand. Wild birds, just right out of the blue. Nick was there. We were filming up in Canada. This bird just came up. It was like a moment out of a Disney movie. I just put my hand out and he came and landed on it.
Cute.
Tim Hodge got some really cool shots when we were in Alaska of a squirrel coming up and sitting on a picnic table with me and letting me draw him while he ate. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I want him to be a little kind of thin in the face. This guy, a little creepy.
Are there any dangerous wild animals like bears or mountain lions, etc., where you live, and has it ever stopped you from drawing and painting in the wilderness?
No, it's never stopped me, and yes, there are. I don't think there's anything dangerous. You just have to watch yourself. We've got alligators and we've got, venomous snakes, but that never stops me. We do have bears, we have Florida panthers, but none of those are ever a threat.
No.
Ever.
It's one of those, like, as long as you keep your distance and you
don't want to
or
harass
just be
them.
mindful of them. Even with gators, like Chad and I have gone up close to them. They never really.
I've swam with alligators.
Yeah.
You don't swim with the big ones.
How about turning the husks into a spider mouth, like pointing downward? Hooks pointing downward?
The what?
Like, basically turning the tusks into spider hooks. Spider fangs.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'll do that. Thank you, person.
That was Rowan
Atkinson?
Descalar. Huh?
Rowan Atkinson?
No, Rowan Descalar.
Rowan Atkinson was the voice of Zazu,
Gotcha.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. What's your favorite art you've done?
Oh, I don't know. I've done so many thousands of images, I don't know what would be my favorite.
I've purchased a lot of your courses and they're amazing. I love them. I was wondering if you could make one mini course on how to draw snow. Not snowflakes, but actually like floor snow, similar to the waves and clouds. In Clouds one you did some time ago. Love your work, and Aaron Blaise, dramatic lighting is best lighting.
Thank you. Yeah, I can do that. We'll do a little mini course on snow. Gotta make sure I don't have a tangent in here.
You know how like the light reflects off the snow and everything?
Yeah. Twitch comment, hey there, been watching you on YouTube for a long time. First time I've caught you live. Thanks so much for everything you do for the art world. Well, thank you. All right, I feel like we're finally getting somewhere. Sorry it took so long, man. It's frustrating.
I woke a sleeping bear while hiking in the woods once. Not sure if it was dangerous because I broke my personal speed record leaving the place.
I came up on a mother moose and calf, and she didn't know I was there, and I was really scared because I was afraid I was going to surprise her and she would stomp me. So I just stayed hidden until she passed. That was in Alaska.
Have you ever tried catching an alligator?
Yes. There was like a little 4-footer when I was a kid. I chased it all over the place and I could not catch it. I've caught some in nets before and on fishing lines, and my buddies and I, when I was a kid, we had a big 50-gallon tank aquarium, and we'd catch local fish and keep them for a while, and then we'd let them go, and we had a little alligator that we kept for a few months. There we go. There we go. Hey, kid.
The charcoal, the tiger charcoal you have on your site is my favorite.
Oh, yeah? How favorite? You want to buy it? You can buy it if you want. Should I make him, like, his legs, like, maybe furry up at top, and then they get kind of wrinkly down below?
I don't know, I'm thinking the other way around.
Did you hear me snort?
I'm thinking, like the elephant body has like the thin, like hardly any hair, but as it travels down the legs, it gets furrier to the point where it's furry down the bottom. Like somebody commented earlier about that, actually, like having the most fur on the feet, like Ugg boots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see what that would look like. Like a mammoth?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the having fur on the feet could act as like extra sensitive hairs, like they would on a spider.
Still want to see his toenails. Like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I can dig it.
You can dig it?
I can dig it, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
What sound does this funny creature make, Dustin? Any ideas? An elephant sound? Maybe just a higher pitched?
Higher pitch, yeah, because it's really only a few inches across. Yeah, what is that? Nick says you should do a realistic marsupilami. How many of you guys out there remember the marsupilami? I bet you're not old enough. Do you remember marsupilami, Dustin?
No.
I think marsupilami was in the 80s, in the 90s. I actually animated a little bit of the marsupilami for freelance work.
Elephant facts. Elephants don't like peanuts, and people don't feed their captive elephants peanuts. So that's yet another elephant myth. That elephants like peanuts.
Well, I don't know. There we go.
Maybe have the front legs have spider-like feet for easier grabbing, and that elephant feet would be hard to grip prey with. So like having
I love the suggestions, I really do, but at this point, I'm not changing it.
it's like
I'm sorry.
you guys are great, but please be quiet.
No, it's not bad. I've spent. This is the biggest struggle I've had on any live stream, and now that I've got them down, I'm just gonna go with it.
Do the high pitched elephant sound again. Does that make me laugh? Spiders actually climb by hooked hairs on their feet, gripping microfractures in the surface.
You're a microfracture.
Your face is a microfracture.
Yeah, I know. Why do you say that?
Hey.
Random tiger fact: tigers love whipped cream.
Who doesn't?
Right? Why is it a struggle? I mean, it's only a brand new species.
You can get all my courses at my website, creatureartteacher.com, and also now in the Apple App Store. Just search Aaron Blaise or Creature Art Teacher. So that's Nick reminding me to remind you guys, hey, you can get our app from the Apple App Store if you search Aaron Blaise and Creature Art Teacher. And you can get all of our courses on that app. It's actually really cool, I gotta say. Steve and Nick have been working on that for over a year. They finally got it done, and it's really come out great.
Over a year?
Over a year.
Holy cannoli.
I think maybe even more than that, longer than that. I know it's longer than that. Took you long enough, Nick.
Are you using the custom brush set?
Yes, I'm using the brush that I always use. This is a brush that I made several years ago. I've always loved drawing with this brush. This is my Pastel C brush.
It also says, followed by that, with brush set. If so, sweet. I bought that set and I love it.
Good, because this is the excuse me.
It's called the it's called the burp set.
See, that's the old man. You know, get those old man burps.
It's full of burp drawings.
I'm 52 now.
Burp brushes.
52.
I love the fact we're learning both elephant and spider facts in the same live stream.
90s. He was a part of Disney Afternoon. That was the Marsupilami we're talking about.
The Marsupilami.
Dustin,
Yes?
show the slide.
Show the slide.
Yes, I was just talking about the app.
Oh, yes. The Creature Art Teacher mobile app.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you guys go over to, you got to pay attention, man. If I'm talking about that stuff, you got to jump over to it. If you guys jump over to interested in getting our app, once again, go to the Apple App Store, and it plays on Apple TV, iPads, iPhones, and you can do in-app purchases. You can view on the go, all that good stuff. It's a great app. Oh, I'm finally getting there. Finally.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going there, bud? I have been watching your live feeds for a while now and recommended to many. Very educational, but today's feed, watching you struggle and work through it has been educational and inspirational. Thank you.
Good. Hey, we all struggle.
We all struggle eventually.
Let's see here. Hey, kid.
Hey, kid.
We were doing that last week, and someone slammed us. They go, you're just impersonating Mark Hamill, impersonating
Like
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing.
Like we know what we're doing. Kind of like me doing the Miss Schottenberg.
Yeah, Mr. Matthew McConaughey. You're doing Matt Damon.
Matt Damon impersonating Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, exactly.
Miss Schottenberg. Think that'd be a good opportunity for me to take my shirt off.
Do that again. You got to get in the mic. Get right in the mic.
It does get pretty hot down there in Texas, but I'm pretty sure we get a lot more chicks if we take our shirts off. All right.
Alexa asks, I think Alexa just came on. Even after studying animation, I seem to still struggle with storytelling in my storyboards to link one part to another. Do you have any recommendations? Yeah, there's some good storyboard. First of all, we've got a great course. Not to sound like I'm trying to take advantage of your question, but we do have a great storyboarding course on our website with Lyndon Ruddy, who's one of the best storyboard artists I've ever worked with, and Lyndon was with me at Digital Domain. He's worked for Disney, he's worked for Sony, Paramount, Blue Sky. He's really worked for some major studios. Great stuff, and so he talks a lot about that sort of thing in the course, actually.
Sorry.
And then, and really just looking at other people's boards, seeing how they solve those issues, and then just experience. Experience is a big one. Did you design Yao, and can you do one of Mulan or a Disney princess like how you did your amazing realistic Yao art? I did design Yao, and can you do one of Mulan? Oh, I could do I could do a realistic. We might do something like that for when the movie comes out. Actually, the movie comes out this month, doesn't it? Oh, March. Right, it comes out in March. There. Now I got the drawing done.
Yay.
There it is. So now we got to do some color. Let's look at some. I like that guy. Let's just do something there.
So the mobile app, is the app itself free?
Yes, the app is free. The app is absolutely free.
You're free.
Free download.
Do you draw with your brush on a lower opacity setting? And is it in a total black or dark gray tone?
I do not. I don't play with the opacity. I do. Well, I don't play with the opacity as much as I play with the pressure sensitivity. I turn that on and off.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
I am a woman illustrator, and at my workplace, I am literally the only woman in the department. And do you think the animation illustration industry is more male dominated? If so, what do you think of this balance?
Well, I'll tell you what. When I came into the industry 30 years ago, it was very male dominated. Very. I think at Disney we had 2 female animators out of 50 animators. When you look at the industry now, I've done so many lectures where there wasn't a single male in the class. It's really turned around. Um, it's still probably more males than females, maybe, but compared to that, my and I'm just saying maybe because my impression of it now is that it's pretty 50-50. And I'm just coloring everything the same color right now just to get it down, and I'll lock it and play with other colors. Um, so, you know, to look at the industry now and look at the strides that have been made to make it more even, to me is it's super encouraging. Now there are still issues with sexism and things like that in the industry, along with a lot of other industries. There's that kind of stuff happens, but as far as the number of female workers compared to male workers, it's my perception that it's gone more 50-50. Now, some of you out there might know the statistics better than me, but yeah, compared to what it was in the late 80s when I started, it's way different.
Now, how much adult cinema did you animate in Lion King?
Oh, only a couple of shots. I mostly did Nala. I designed Nala and animated her, and then I did a lot of young Simba, helping out there, and then I did just a couple of shots of adult Nala and a couple of shots of adult Simba. Basically, I finished up all my work before the movie was done, and so I jumped over and helped other animators with their work. Is what happened. I finished early. Joining Twitch comment, joining the Disney family a week from tomorrow, and I'm so excited to be a small part of the magic and legacy. By the way, I turned 52 as well in May. Right on. Happy birthday. Yeah, I loved working for Disney. I was there 21 years. I'll never say anything. I can't say anything bad about it. I grew as an artist. I met some of the best friends I have. Got to work on some of the best projects ever. There was a video floating around recently of a girl that was there for 4 years and was really disappointed with, what the job entailed, and she ended up quitting and starting her own business, which is awesome, and that's great. But her experience was never mine. It was we did a lot of there was a lot of comments and changes that would come down the pike that you go, what, that's kind of dumb, but all in all, the general experience is awesome, and we just had a great time.
And the woman that was the woman illustrator,
Yeah.
Says thank you. That's very encouraging.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Her name is Esther Rogers.
Esther Rogers, thank you, Esther.
And Caitlin says, in regards to the app, I don't think it's updating when you post a new tutorial or sale offer on the website. I saw a New Year's Eve promo on my iPad app this past Wednesday. The cache may need to be emptied on the admin/IT end. Is anyone on the comments experiencing this technical issue?
Did you hear that, Nick? I don't know if Nick heard that. Peter Parker Durham. Oh, Peter Parker Durham. Hey.
Peter
That's
Parker
funny.
Durham?
Yeah, that's what this is. YouTube question. What is your best cartoon animation work? Ah, shoot. I don't know. It's definitely gotten better as I've gotten older. I'm really proud of, all the stuff that I did at Disney. But one of the things I'm most proud of lately was the Bear in the Hair advert that we did for the John Lewis department store in Britain, in the UK. Uh, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun to do, first of all, and I just love the way that it came out, and very the animation, we kept it really held back, so it's a really good lesson in, you know, holding back, subtlety, that sort of thing.
Really held back. So it was a really good lesson
Holding back.
holding back.
Why are you making fun of me, man?
You know I got to.
Why are you making fun of me, man?
My name is Jim, but most people call me Jim.
All right. Nick Birch, my business partner, he graduated from Ringling in 2002, and his animation class was pretty much a 50-50 split when it comes to males to females. Shoot, I'm on the wrong layer.
This spider elephant is very cute. I'm looking forward to all the colors you choose. Hey, it's Uncle Travis. Says, okay, on the plane and wanted to say hello before I go to airplane mode. Nice catch.
My brother's on his way to Hollywood,
Hollywood?
Los Angeles,
To L.A.?
L.A.
L.A. Why is he going to L.A.?
Well, you see, it's like this.
Well, he seems like that.
He's got meetings.
Oh, does he?
Oh, does he now, eh?
I'm all out of questions there, bud.
I'm all out of love. So lost without you.
Oh, Gabby says, okay, for the Sarasota trip, I wasn't sure where in Sarasota, like, where to go. I don't know how big the place is.
It's small.
It's like a small town.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry. We got your back, Gabby.
One of the best spots to go to is the Siesta Key Beach.
Yeah, Siesta Village.
Yeah,
Is
Siesta
awesome.
Village. The beach is amazing, and it's actually the top 10 beaches.
It's usually it's either the top 10. It's always in the top 10, but it's also ranked like the top beach in the U.S. and sometimes the world. Occasionally.
Yeah, and it's most well known
Nick
for
would
its
know better than me.
yeah, it's most well known for its sand. It's not like sand you would find in L.A. Or in any other place, like even here in Florida. It's very unique sand. It's more like a powder than grain, and
It squeaks when you walk on it.
it squeaks when you walk on it.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is that even if it's like not like 80 to 90 degrees out, like summer day, the sand stays cool, so you can walk out there in the heat
Yeah.
without flip-flops or sandals in the sand.
Whereas other places it just
It
heats
just
up so
burns your
much it
feet.
burns your feet off.
Yeah. So that's probably like Siesta Key is like a prime spot to go to a beach. And also there's not that big of waves, so it's like really nice to take a
Just
floaty
chill.
out there and just relax. Yeah.
Oh, I might mention as well, Travis. We were just talking about my brother. He streams every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. He lives in Seattle.
11 a.m. PST. Have you guys ever been to? Gabby's asking. Have you ever been to the beaches up Highway 1 here in California?
Yeah, we were just a couple weeks ago. We were just over near Hearst Castle, where all the elephant seals are. I haven't been up. I haven't been up around, and I've been a little bit around, like Carmel and that area.
Is Highway 1 along the coastline?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only remember going on that road a few times. It was usually when you and I did our trips to was it San Francisco? Or was it
Yeah.
yeah, San Francisco, and also like that wine country that's like just south of San Francisco, or is it just north?
Just north. We went to Sonoma.
Sonoma, that's it. Yeah, remember when we saw that giant military hovercraft?
Oh, that was down in San Diego.
Still though.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, so all that road like down to San Diego and up to San Francisco, like that whole coastline.
Yeah.
Is that Highway 1?
Down to San Diego, no.
Gotcha.
But from LA up, yes.
I'm guessing going down, that's Highway 2.
No, it's I-5.
Like Highway 1's going up and Highway 2's going down.
Let's make him a little furry guy.
You furry. Have you ever been in a cage observing sharks? Basically,
No.
have you ever been in a shark cage?
No, and I want to so bad. There was a animation festival in South Africa that wanted me to come out, and I was going to be there over several days and weeks. And one of the things we had an opportunity to do was go do great white cage diving, and I was so excited, but then the trip fell through. Since you're looking for questions, I'd love to know of any stable career paths in the animation movie industry. Well, I can't, nothing's stable. So, you know, don't
rely on
don't rely on that. Yeah, I'm trying to, it got stuck in my brain. You know, animation evolves, changes, the industry evolves and changes, and you know, the only thing that you can expect is change. And so that goes with trends and technology and all of that. You know, not in a million years did I ever expect 2D animation to pretty much go away in the way that it did, you know, in the 2000s. I think it's coming back, and you know, one of the things I never expected was the streaming platforms that we have now. You know, that's such a new idea to me, and it's cool, you know. So there's opportunity there. But you know, in doing what we're doing here, you know, on the online part of things was something I never even considered before, you know, 6 or 8 years ago.
When doing pose to pose animation, oftentimes I get to the pose, but then I get sort of stuck on it until the next pose, making certain expressions feel stiff. How do you fix that to be more fluid?
A lot of times I'll get my pose to pose in, and then I'll go in and reanimate areas, and add poses, because you know, when you're doing pose to pose, it's not just literally a pose and then another pose. You're hitting main ideas, which is, you know, a main pose, but then you got to animate within that. You got to animate around it. You got to, you know, and sometimes you'll make discoveries and you'll end up changing that main pose. But either way, you know, it's not just a single pose and then another single pose. It's a lot of a lot of poses within poses. Sorry, I'm still thinking.
Quiet, I'm thinking. Perfect time for a question.
Nick says California beaches are nothing like Florida beaches. That is absolutely true.
And Gabby says that Highway 1 North, from Santa Cruz to San Francisco, there's one beach that has a huge corner bench looking over the ocean. It's always empty too, and on the north side of the beach, there's always bone remnants of animals. And I once found a pelican skeleton once.
A pelican skeleton.
And say that 10 times fast. Pelican skeleton.
How do you decide how much white pen to use in Jelly Roll? I try to be really conservative, actually. I decide, is it predominantly going to be carried by the highlights, and then in which case I'll use a bit more, or I decide, is it mainly going to be a black and white image that's going to have a few white highlights, and I have to I make those decisions early on. And then I discipline myself not to go overboard. That's the big part. You got to really discipline yourself.
Have you ever drawn yourself?
I have.
Self-portrait? Self-caricature?
Yeah, not lately, but I have. I have.
You have?
Yes. Let's give him some false eyes back here. Twitch question. Hi, fantastic spider fant. I'm seeing a lot of well-intentioned artists draw fan art on social media in general, which can lead to traffic and ultimately a few bucks. This feels like a gray area considering the whole DMCA thing. I wanted to make fan art from an indie game I love, but I feel like it would be weird to simply post it and pretend there's nothing wrong with it, even though I have close to 0 eyeballs. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, I'm not doing fan art, I think, is fine. Doing fan art and selling it, I think, is completely wrong. I think it's plagiarism. You're basically making money off of the work that other people have done in their designs. And even though you're mashing up something that has been mashed, maybe, or whatever, however it's justified, it's still it's someone else's idea. And so, I do like realistic Beast and, Disney characters and things like that, but that's not something I sell. Anything I sell, I make sure it's original. And I think that's an important thing for artists. There's ethics out there that I feel strongly about. And a big part of that is, not selling fan art. Take the time, design your own stuff. Get in there and do it.
What is the last book you read, and what is your favorite genre?
I love fantasy, and I love like Native American myth and legend. But that being said, the last book that I read let's say the last book I read that I liked, there's anything that Palinchek writes. So Palinchek wrote I think he wrote. Let me get it right. Fight Club.
Fight Club.
And come on. But he wrote a book called Lullaby that I just thought was super, super creepy, but cool at the same time.
Will my creature art teacher membership carry over to the new app?
If, yeah, it should. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean that California beaches are nothing like Florida? I'm curious how they differ.
Well, Florida's flat, for one thing, and much more tropical, very much warmer. The sand tends to be much softer. Um, there's a, I mean, there's an infinite number of ways that they're different. They're nothing like each other. They really aren't.
Yeah, I think
It's
the
the
biggest
Caribbean.
difference-
It's a Caribbean compared to the Pacific side of things. It's really just completely different.
Yeah, I really think the biggest difference is the water temperature.
Yeah, I mean, you go along the California coast, and even in Southern California, the water barely gets above 65 degrees, if that. Where in Florida, you know, the Gulf of Mexico, I've been in the Gulf of Mexico when it was 95 degrees, over 95 degrees, when it was too hot to swim in. Juan on YouTube says the Spanish translations of your courses are much appreciated. Well, thank you, Juan. And actually, let us know, you know, how accurate they are as well. We have no way of knowing, and you know, unfortunately, I'm not bilingual. I wish I was.
Gabby replied with WTF.
What's that?
Talking about like the comparisons between the California and Florida beaches, and after your explanation, she just replies WTF.
Well, right now the water in in the Gulf is cold because of the cold weather we get.
Yeah, but during the summer it heats up pretty good.
Oh, it gets super hot in the summer.
Yeah, water in Cali is freezing. Yes.
There we go. Still doing local color. I'm going to get to the rest of this soon here. Do you have any advice for working as a professional artist under your own business? Or is it better to be a contracted artist first? How essential is it to have other skills like photography if you want to be your own boss? Well, that's a tough one. I don't know that I could have done what I'm doing now had I not had my experiences working professionally with Disney. Matter of fact, a lot of the reason I had so many followers to begin with is because I was an ex-Disney animator, and people, are fascinated by that. So that helped me a lot. And I gained a lot of experience that way as well. So for me, working, for a studio contracted was a much better choice for me in the beginning. It might not be that way for you. If you're young and starting out, if you have a decent social media presence, then you can probably do it. I mean, social media for artists nowadays is indispensable. I think you have to have it. And yeah, that's about all I can say on that.
Yep. That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
He says, "Not the water's not that bad, but I did grow up here."
Yeah, it's freaking cold.
It's freaking cold there, bud.
Cold, Gabby. Cold. It's freaking cold.
And Jason
I like
Riggs says,
tropical waters.
And Jason Riggs says, "I'm from Southwest Florida, and I needed a wetsuit in California."
Oh yeah, big time.
Yep.
I grew up in Southwest Florida as well. All right, let's be done with this. Let's get into the shadows now.
Yeah, this This one's taking quite some time.
How far into it are we? Oh,
It's
geez,
at
2
3:06.
hours.
Yep.
I can finish this in 30 minutes.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I take that challenge, eh?
Challenge accepted, there.
Aaron, do you remember the old Disney cartoon, The Wuzzles? The premise was that the main characters were hybrids of two different animals. Like, there was a character called Bumble Lion, half bumblebee and half lion. I don't remember that at all, no. Sounds pretty cool, I must say.
The guy said, "Wait, what? You need a wetsuit? I thought every beach needed a wetsuit." Not every beach.
Oh, Gabby. Gabby. Wait till you come to Florida. You come to Florida in the summertime.
Oh yeah.
We'll treat you right. Little Gabster.
Little Gabster. Gabby. I don't understand the purpose of this painting. Can you please explain, and why would you want to sell it?
What?
Talking about this artwork, maybe?
I don't want to sell it. It's request day.
It's request
Someone
day.
wanted a spider elephant. Elephant spider. Hybrid. I took the challenge. I say, okay. Okay.
Jenna says, I grew up in southern Canada, and we swim in lakes maybe plus 5 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And glacier runoff water. That's the water that she would swim in. Yeah, no, that'd just be too painful in very sensitive areas. I'll just say I would turn to a tanner.
Do what?
Into a tanner. Like, cold. It's cold.
Let's have some fun with these eyes.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Going. Have you thought about visiting DigiPen? I'm a junior BFA student at DigiPen, and I remember you tried to come up last year to do a lecture, but it was canceled due to the snowstorm.
Yep, sure was there, bud.
We would love it if you came up and did a lecture on animation.
We might do that. I'm going to be coming up there at the end of April to see my brother, Travissimo.
Your brother.
My brother. And it's his 50th birthday. And maybe we'll work something out then. Hello, brother. Hello, father.
Hello, mother.
I know, I
Hello,
just changed
father.
it.
Here I am at Camp Granada, and it's very entertaining. And I don't remember the rest of this song. How do you go about casting voice actors for animated projects? Do you design characters around their looks, or do you let the character adapt to a certain look?
Say it again.
How do you go about casting voice actors for animated projects? Do you design characters around their looks? Like, do you design the
Right.
characters around the actors, or do you let the actors adapt to a certain look?
No, yeah, we design the characters to be the characters. We find actors to fit the characters. Sometimes you might have a comedic actor that you want to follow, but rarely does that even happen. Nick, you took down your comment. I was just going to get to it.
What the hell?
YouTube comment. I'm loving the fake face markings on the abdomen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Gabby's asking, sorry, one more beach question. Are the waves big? Like, how's the surf?
Oh, on the Gulf. It's terrible. We get great surf on the Atlantic side, but not in Sarasota.
Yeah, Sarasota is very relaxing. It's like the west side of Florida, like the Gulf side, is for like relaxing, and then the opposite side is more for surfers.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
You get a little bit of surf in the winter with fronts coming through, rarely, and it's usually just all blown out. But the Atlantic side, where I used to live on the beach there in Stewart,
Those waves get nice.
Oh, that was amazing.
My favorite time was when we worked at Digital Domain and that hurricane almost hit us, but it sideswiped.
Yeah.
And we started getting the hurricane swells. And John texted our CEO was like, "What are you guys still doing working? There's swells out there. Take the day off and go surf."
Yeah. Nick from earlier, when we were talking about the business stuff, he said it might also help that your business partner has always been self-employed, so there's a nice balance of experiences. Yes, because Nick, where I went into a studio world immediately out of school, Nick has been self-employed ever since he's graduated. So he went completely different than I did, and so we have a nice balance of experiences that way. Can you hear me breathing?
With the availability of the internet allows for inspiring animators to post short projects, like the Simon's Cat shorts.
Yeah.
Have or had you plan to post similar short animations?
Yes.
I've seen your dancing hippo, but is there more?
Yes, we're working on Snow Bear. It's not going to be on YouTube, although it'll eventually make it to YouTube, but we're going to keep it for festivals and theatrical at first. But we're working on Snow Bear, which is an 8-minute short cartoon that we're hoping to have done in the next year or so. And that's coming along really nicely, actually. And Lyndon Ruddy, who did our storyboard course for us, storyboarded on it. Did some beautiful boards, and I'm going to take it and run with it with animation. Man, I got to finish this up. Boy, we've been at it for a while. Sorry, Nick.
3:15.
Yeah, this is one of our longer ones.
Well, I think the longest one that we've had was 3 hours.
Yeah,
the longest one it ended at like what, around 4.
Well, I struggled with the design on this one. Stupid.
Well, it's tricky trying to make a design around the mix of one of the largest mammals with a small spider.
Hey, thanks for your response. When I asked about a stable career, I was referring to not having a job between projects. Coming from a salary and expecting to have a family soon, I'd be terrified of taking such a huge risk. Suggestions? Yeah, when I did it, I had money in the bank, and I lived on that, off of that. I did some jobs here and there until until this creature art teacher, until that took off to the point where it sustained us. But it took a couple of years for that to happen. So, having a little bit of a nest egg in the bank, if you can do that, that's my biggest suggestion. Otherwise, keep the the communication open for any kind of freelance out there.
Does Nick still draw? I would love. It would be cool to see some of his work.
Nick draws. He doesn't draw all the time. He doesn't draw as much as I would hope he would draw, because I think Nick draws really well. But yes, he draws. He's a drawer. He's a good drawer.
A drawer?
Yeah. A drawer. You a drawer?
Drawer?
Yeah, a drawer.
I don't know if I'm a drawer.
You drawer?
Drawer?
You're a good drawer. You good drawer?
I do some decent drawing.
Drawing? Hi, I'm from Germany and just wanted to say thank you. I'm 25 and started with digital art a few weeks ago. Your videos helped me a lot to understand values and color so much. Hey, you are welcome. I've got some more coming out. My course on lighting is coming out in the next few weeks. And that one's going to I'm really proud of this one. I'm very excited to get it out to you guys because it really does cover a lot of ground in the realm of color and how lighting affects color and how shadows, directly lit areas, all those affect color in different ways, and value obviously, and so I cover a lot of that.
He said drawer is almost as bad as drawing.
Drawing.
She also says the size difference of both animals in this one seems hard and anatomically, my mistake, speaking, anatomically.
Idiot.
Stupid. Anatomically speaking, pretty much polar opposites too. LOL.
Yeah. Hey, just goes to show you can figure it out.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
What's your usual project time from reading the brief to sending it off? Trying to increase my work pace and would like a time to aim for.
It depends on the project. If we're talking about character designs or visual development, I try to get things turned around, at least, initial studies, thumbnails, that sort of thing. I try to get out within a few days, and then finish project within a couple of weeks, depending on the project.
So 7.
7, right.
Are you drawing some animations?
Not lately. Drawing. Am I drawing?
No, I think you're currently drawing some animations, or at least some illustrations.
Illustrations, maybe.
Illustrations,
maybe. Illustrations. Hey, kid.
Or more like illustrations.
I'm doing illustrations.
Dustin, can you draw? Not as much as I used to. I used to draw a lot in high school, but not anymore. I'm more in the field of.
You could draw if you tried.
I'm more
everybody
graphic
can
design.
draw. I'm a firm believer everybody can draw.
Well, I know I can draw, but not at that level. Like, I know with practice I can, but I'm more focused on my wildlife photography.
Well, of course not list level. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah. Kind of a big deal.
I'm kidding. I kid you. I kid.
I kid. But, actually, if you go to my, my personal Facebook, in my albums, somewhere deep in my album collection, you'll find some of my old Photoshop sketches and drawings that I've done in the past.
Sometime in the past.
Hey, Jesse! Did I have a ride?
Aaron, what's
Hello.
the first bit of animation you remember watching? Well, I always watched uh, Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote and all that stuff. The first Disney film I ever saw, I saw Robin Hood in the theater. That was 1973. Saw that with my grandfather. I loved it.
You're despicable. Duck season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Blair.
I can't get enough of that. It cracks me up, man. Oh my god, that's funny.
I found the source. The pain.
Oh my god. My eyes are twitching now because I laugh so hard. My eyes are going.
Yeah, anytime my eyes twitch, it was always this eye.
Oh,
Like,
really?
right, like in the bottom eyelid.
Uh-huh.
Like it always like twitched like crazy. Well, if it's from laughing or just from being too tired, or it's always the right eye that twitches.
All right. Oh, yes. For those of you that are just getting here or have to go, don't forget we've got a 6-year anniversary sale going on right now. There's 30% off of everything, all art and animation lessons and brushes, and many are just $6. So go on over and check it out. CreatureArtTeacher.com. That's CreatureArtTeacher.com.
Here it says, "Oh gosh, my mom is the type of person that thinks that because I can draw, I can also sew or woodwork." Like, hey Gabby, can you draw or make us blank?
That's pretty funny. 2 questions. First, how to make the shapes consistent in animation? Well, you're constantly comparing back to your first drawing. You know, compare your drawings as you go to make sure they stay consistent. Design your characters to be constructed with simple shapes. That helps keep them consistent. And then, and second, is your course along with more efforts enough to be a great Okay. Second, is your course along with more efforts enough to be a great... Oh, is your course along with more efforts enough to be a great animator? It's definitely going to help you get started. It introduces you to the fundamentals and shows you my methods for animating shots and whatnot. You're going to need more time. Obviously, to be a great animator takes years, and so that's just going to be you got to start somewhere.
Man, the struggle for that question was real. Huh?
Yeah, sorry, man. I couldn't quite get the gist.
So how do I do? How do I? How? This needs a background for scale. Like, is it a spider-sized elephant or an elephant-sized spider?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Just have it hang off the side of a skyscraper like the Empire State Building or something.
Oops.
Aaron, when does the light and shadow course come out?
Ask Dustin.
No, ask you.
Well, it's going to be done. It actually is going to be done very soon. We'll probably get it finished shooting it next week. And Dustin has already got a lot of the videos edited. then we got to put titles on,
Yeah,
and
are we about
then we got to go through and proof everything.
yeah, make sure everything's fine.
That's probably one of the biggest time consuming, especially with some of these courses that we do that are 15 or 20 hours. We got to go back and then watch the whole thing, make sure I'm not swearing on any of them.
Like, gosh darn it.
No, it's not gosh darn it.
Is the other one. I'm just censoring myself because we're live. This thing would catch and eat helicopters if it was elephant sized. It's so adorable. Look at those big old beady eyes.
There we go. For a second there, it wasn't responding. All right.
Aaron, what age were you when you started to draw, and when did your parents or peers notice you showed signs as a skilled artist?
Well, my mother always told me that when I was 9 months old, I was drawing faces. I would sit in the high chair and draw faces. She taught me how to draw that. But I don't know that I believe her. My mother made up a lot of stories. I just like to draw a lot like any other kid. And I just kept at it. But I've been drawing as long as I can remember. And, I was born in 1968, so, I know I was drawing, by the time I was 2 or 3, I was drawing all the time. So one of the things I always tell everybody is when I started drawing the Beatles were still a band and Jimi Hendrix was still playing guitar. But it's just something, talent, or the thing that people think is talent, is such a small part of what we do. It's really having a burning desire to do something and doing it every day. And that's where you get good. And that's what happened for me. I loved drawing. I had to draw. And no matter how many people told me you can't really make a living at that. I had a lot of instructors at school. My English instructor, for one, I remember, telling me I wouldn't be able to make a living at drawing, and therefore I better pay more attention in English class. I just loved drawing.
Mars says when Aaron was a kid, he was drawing meat paddles all the day in a lift.
In a lift.
In Scotland.
No, it wasn't Scotland.
And Gabby's asking, Aaron, what kind of music do you like? I feel like you'd be a blues Clapton dude.
You nailed it. Although I like everything. When I'm actually
mostly Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, I love Stevie Ray. I love Clapton though.
Clapton,
When I'm working, like sitting here, I don't want to have music that's too distracting. I mean, like that I love, because then I'll start singing and dancing and and just moving around and not getting my work done. And so I listen to a lot of like chill, electric chill music.
Like certain like Daft Punk or
Just really super like loungy,
relaxing,
chill, yeah.
Chill, relaxing. Yeah, there's actually a channel, YouTube channel I think you would really dig. I can show you after this.
Sure.
It's a channel a lot of people listen to called Chilled Cow.
Uh-huh.
It's all like very like cafe like electric like techno
Yeah.
chill music. And Chill Cow the person streams this kind of music 24/7.
Oh, that's cool.
John Lee Hooker?
Love John Lee Hooker. We were just listening to a ton of John Lee Hooker on our way back from Sarasota. John Lee Hooker put out an album a few years ago called The Healer. We went in and did a bunch of his old music with other artists, and it's an awesome, awesome album.
Boom, 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 boom.
That one, remember we played it last night. Actually, we played that one with Santana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Take you home with me.
Boom, 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 boom.
Looking good.
Almost there. Look at that. So, look at it. With a little bit of struggle, but perseverance, you can get something done. Well, look at that. Remember how much we struggled getting this thing done?
Yeah.
And look at that. Now we got an illustration.
Yeah, it's 3:32.
All right. Well, I'm getting there. Sorry it's taking so long, folks.
You lied to us. You could get done in half an hour.
I know. I got to get this rim lighting on. For those on our YouTube question, can you give us a look through the drawing's details when it's done, please? The drawing's
Like all
details.
the outlines.
Like this?
Maybe like all the layers.
Sure, I can do that.
Or the line. Oh yeah, the line details. Like maybe the texture. More than likely. Raphael says, just got the 4-leg animation bundle. Nice sale.
Thanks.
Nice sale, dude.
So yeah, so go check out that sale, and also just check out the site within the next couple of weeks, or just become a member because that's on sale right now, and you'll get the lighting course when it comes out. The membership option is actually the best option. I'm not just trying to sell, but I mean it really is, because for that one price, and it's $75 off right now, you get everything on the site, and that's that's been our goal. Is we've always wanted to make the whole goal behind Creature Art Teacher was to combat how ridiculously expensive art schools have gotten, and so we wanted everything to be super affordable, and we knew that if we made everything really cheap and we needed to make a living, we needed to sell to a lot of people, and so that's what we chose to do, and we've been able to sell in 196 countries, and what's nice is that by making it affordable for everybody, we've really gotten to meet a lot of great people. I think we've met more people because of that, and been able to travel really extensively to meet everyone because of that. So that's been really a wonderful side benefit of creating really affordable courses. If I want to start my business at 12 or 13ish, how can I get people to take me seriously instead of getting the how cute treatment? I know I have to start small and everything, but it seems silly to wait until I'm 18 when people already are asking me to draw things for free. Any suggestions? Well, my biggest suggestion for you is don't get too far ahead of yourself. And no, I don't think it's cute. I think it's awesome that you want to do this, but you got to keep in mind, you have a lot to learn. Even though if you think you know a lot already, which you probably do, you've got a lot to learn just from an artistic standpoint and from a business standpoint. There's a lot of things to learn there. But if, hopefully there's somebody in your life, whether it's a parent or a sibling or somebody that if you're serious about this, can help you out. And there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Will your spider elephant be venomous like most spiders in real life, like the black widow, for example, or not?
I don't see him being too venomous. He might inject you with a little laughing gas.
Aaron, have you tried to teach your children to draw?
No. Why would I want to teach my kids to draw?
I know, right? You're too dumb to try.
kids.
No, but
You have kids for them to do the dishes. That's reason to do chores and do dishes. Why else have kids?
No, you give me a few tips and tricks and whatnot, and
Oh yeah. No, actually, you and Austin just really weren't interested in the same way that I was when I was a kid.
well, I think I was interested, but it was just mainly to pass time in high school.
Yeah.
I remember that one time when I drew out the spaceship and you colored it all in.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
You need to do something like that again.
Yeah. Well, you finished high school, so we can't do that.
I'm sure I can do something outside of it. How
Oh,
much is
come
going to
on,
be
son.
the lighting course?
$1 million. $1 million. I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably around $40. But I'm not sure. There we go. Nick says 156. There are only 195 in the world. No, there's over 200 in the world, Nick. And the last time we checked, when we had that little statistic thing of as far as how many countries we'd sold in, it said 193, I think is what it was. I think I did get the number wrong, but it was 193. There's over 200 countries in the world. Now you got to make me look it up. I'm sure you looked it up already, so you can be right.
If everyone would get $1 every time someone who watches a live stream laughs, he would be so rich. I'm rich. Turn it off. Turn it off.
195 countries in the world. Damn it, Nick. That's what pisses me off about Nick.
What?
There's 195 countries in the world.
And he was right?
Yeah. There's 195 countries in the world today. This total comprises 193 countries that are member states of the United Nations and 2 countries that are non-member observers, the Holy See and the state of Palestine.
So we got you again, huh? How does he do it?
See, now, okay. The United Nations recognizes 241 countries and territories. Okay, so there's that. The United States, however, officially recognizes fewer than 200 nations. Ultimately, the best answer is that there are 196 countries in the world. But I saw in our thing, it was we definitely sold 190. I thought it was 190 something. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Maybe I was looking at the number of countries, and maybe that's what it was. But anyway, we've sold in a lot of countries. Where am I? There we go. Nick says 156 countries that we've sold in. Hey Aaron, thanks for all the videos. I got a year's subscription to your lessons, and I'm trying to improve my drawing skills. Drawing. Do you have an order of classes that you recommend? I really don't, because it really depends on what it is that you're looking for, because we have such a variety of disciplines. It really just depends on what you want to do. If you know, I do recommend like the anatomy course, you know, for anything. And then from there, you know, there's character design, there's animal drawing, there's all kinds of stuff that don't necessarily overlap.
Do you consider yourself a positive person overall? I know I do, and part of it is thanks to you. So thank you so much.
It depends on if I get behind a really bad driver.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few times where I'll kind of let loose in the car, and whoever's with me goes, "Yep, putting some beauty back in the world."
It's like, yeah, great. Can you just pull over right over here and let me out? I'll get an Uber. Do you consider yourself a positive person overall? Oh,
Idiot.
idiot. That one was actually not. But
Okay, hold on. Just got this email. I'm a former concept artist who made a switch to traditional animation. I've scoured the internet. Oh, listen. Hold on. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
He's dreaming. That's my dog dreaming. He's sitting next to us dreaming. I'm a former concept artist who made a switch to traditional animation. I've scoured the internet / bookstores for information on the topic. Walt Stanchfield, Glenn Keane, Ollie and Frank, Richard Williams, etc. I can attest to just how little or often bad information there is out there. Which is to say, I love your website and would recommend it to anyone. I plan on being a subscriber probably forever, and I just wanted to express my thanks. That was awesome. Thank you very much.
Have you ever thought? This is the question I was thinking I was asking. Have you ever thought of a redraw series for your members, maybe like highlighting points to improve, etc.? Would love to see your view and input on others.
Yes,
So
we want to do that at some point. We're not doing it yet, but we do want to do that at some point.
So it's basically like a form of critique, but
Well, another thing that we've talked about doing, I'm probably saying this prematurely, but we're to get things a bit more exclusive for members as well. We're talking about amping up some of our live streams just for members. So if you're a member, you'll get live streams that are just for you, and they'll be more education oriented. Okay, all right, we're almost there.
everybody's like, Achilles! My dog does the same thing. Oh, and another person says, my dog does the same sounds while dreaming. Precious.
He's a cool dude. I love him.
Maybe this wasn't the Achilles. Maybe it was the spider elephant. That's the elephant.
You're so weird. Alright. I just gotta get this done.
Gabby says, hey guys, I gotta go. Full work day ahead. Thanks for today's vid. See you in a week and a half?
Yep. Something like that.
It is.
See you then, Gabster.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this done.
Yeah, it's 3:45.
I know, sorry. This is a long one.
Holy cannoli.
What?
Jimmy asks, is it too late to suggest a different pose for this creature? Smart Alec.
Yeah.
Hey kid, if we tried changing pose now, we'd be in big trouble.
Oh, YouTube question. Is the ZBrush course still in future projects? Yes. Matter of fact, the guy that we want to teach it, well, it's not necessarily a ZBrush course. It is a sculpture course in digital. The guy that we've been trying to get to teach it, he's been putting us off, and now he's interested again. You don't know that yet, Nick, but he's interested again. I can't remember if I told you. So
Do I know him?
What's that?
Do I know him?
Oh yeah. I just don't want to talk about it yet, because in case he flakes out on us again.
But so you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
It will just keep in that color.
What's that?
Oh, I forgot there's a lag bar.
What?
I was watching I wasn't paying attention to to all the highlighted details. I just saw the flat color that you just finished making on the live stream side of you.
Oh yeah.
I was like, just keep it flat, and then I look up like, oh, you're already brain fart. Yeah, I think my brain's starting to burn out a little bit.
Oh, chill.
Turn it off! Turn it off! Are those supposed to be leaves?
Yeah, it's gonna be leaves in the background that are out of focus.
Gotcha. I'm all out of questions.
I'm all out of love, so lost without you.
I knew you were right. We were
It's so weird.
Surely here behind you. Did you save?
Oh no.
And now.
Spy defant.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Apparently, no, it doesn't.
All right, so let's take that and
Nearly 3 hours, and Dustin hasn't even opened a soda can, which I already have before the stream.
there we go.
And Aaron hasn't started doing one more thing.
I kind of did.
What with the background?
Yeah. Hey, kid. Kind of did.
I think the one more things were with the. Let me try one more pose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Been dappled lighting. Can you one day do a tutorial on how to color a white wolf
No.
or white fur in general? I'm mostly self-taught, but I'm having trouble figuring out how to do that and add shading and lighting. Well, that's one of the things I'm going to be covering in my lighting course, actually. So yes, we can do that. There we go.
Oh no! Don't sing.
I'm all out of love. I'm lost without you.
Notice you saved and labeled. What is your process of saving the process
What?
and the final art?
The process of saving the process?
Yep. What is your process of saving the process and final art?
Huh? I just save it.
Like, do you save it on like the desktop? Do you save it in a specific file?
It's not
Confirmed. This is the size of the elephant spider. Debate over.
There you go. There you go.
All right. It's
Just
the
adding
size of a human.
Adding a little bit of green reflected light into here, just a touch.
Have either of you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No.
They have all sorts of animal combinations like platypus bear and moose lions, etc. I personally have, and I was very resistant to watching in the first place because it was just so
Popular?
popular, and I wasn't really a huge fan of watching shows that are like that everybody talks about because it just got so annoying. But I eventually got into it and I fell in love with it. And yeah, I really like the combo of animals. My favorite is the from Legend of Korra, which Korra's pet and ride is a what's it? Polar dog. I think that's
You're
what
a
it was.
polar dog.
Yeah, it's like half dog, half polar bear.
There we go. Just give it a little saturation. Hey, I bought several of your courses, and I'm trying the watercolor course now. I do not have a hair dryer yet, so a lot of waiting. Do you use your hair dryer outside as well? I don't. No, the sun usually takes care of that for me. I'm pretty much almost done here. Airbender and Korra are both outstanding.
Polar bear dog.
What am I doing? Okay, here we go. Color dodge. Knock that back to 13%. Just hitting a couple of little bright spots here.
Yeah, this is one of the creatures is a polar bear dog from the show.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's cute. That's adorable. That's a lot of green.
That's a lot of green, eh?
There's a lot of green there, but
Just gonna get them to really get some nice rim lighting here.
real nice. It's nice.
Now that's nice. That's not a knife.
Now that's a knife.
All right. What do you think, Dustin?
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
It's done.
Done.
Ship it out.
Moving on. Don't forget to sign it. But wait, is there going to be one more thing?
No. No, I don't think so.
And you're back at it.
Because I didn't say there was one more thing.
But your actions are showing one more thing.
Comment. Imagine if he shoots from his trunk to the web. Oh, that's cool. Hi, Aaron. Just tuning in. Why did you start on a gray background as opposed to white? That is a very good question. Actually, another thing I'm going to be teaching in my lighting course. I start on gray because when I start on white, anything I paint on white already looks too dark because the white of the canvas forces everything to look darker. And so when I work on a neutral background, gray, a mid-tone, I can judge my values, my light and dark, a lot better. Before we go, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is actually something we're going to be shooting. This is a really cool trick. So look at these. If you look at these stripes on the wall, and this ball is shining a shadow on the wall, you can see that they basically make sense. This light stripe goes in the shadow. The dark stripe goes in the shadow. What's interesting is the value difference between the light stripe in shadow and the dark stripe in light. They look like they're basically the same value. And right here you can see I've put them side by side but surrounded them with opposite values. If I turn this off, let me bring this up. If I turn this layer off, these two grays, you're going to see how different they really are. So let me turn this off and look at that. Now you can see how much lighter this gray is compared to this gray. So it really comes down to how you how values are laid next to each other. If I grab this color right here and I decide to paint it, which is going to be normal, and up here, if I come over here and just paint it, whoops, gosh darn, sorry. So if I just paint that right here, here's what it looks like. There's the value right here. This value right there is right here. There it is. And that's the dark stripe. Now if I go into the light stripe but go into the shadow, look at the value difference. Isn't that crazy? How much darker this area is compared to here? But you look at them side by side, the brain has been fooled into thinking that that's a shadow, and so it thinks that it's much lighter than it really is. And these are some of the things that we deal with when you're trying to figure out your lighting and your values. You have to understand these types of psychological effects that lighting has on the brain. So there you go. There's a little piece of the upcoming course.
And for the spider drawing, what are the dimensions of the drawing?
18 by 24 inches at 300 DPI.
18 by 24?
Yep.
At 300?
At 300.
So,
There it is.
did you
Our
sign
little
it?
spider. Oh, I didn't sign it.
There's your one more thing.
One more thing.
At least it's not a long one more thing.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go. It's signed. Ready to go. All right, folks. That was a marathon. Boy, that was a challenge.
That was.
That was a big
And it literally just hit 4 p.m. Right when you signed it, it hit 4 p.m.
Yes. So there it is. I'm zooming and panning. Zooming and panning. I could do a lot more work on this, just refining the fur and everything like that. But for a little sketch, this is a 3-hour sketch, so that I don't usually go longer than 3 hours. So that was fun. But we ended up with something through perseverance.
Perseverance.
We ended up with something that we liked. So anyway, thanks a lot, you guys, for hanging out with us today. And remember, we've still got some spots left for our trip to Sarasota. If you want to paint with Ronnie Williford and myself, are you getting that slide?
Yep.
There it is. If you want to paint with Ronnie Williford and myself and learn how to paint watercolor in the field, plein air, then check us out. It's creatureartteacher.com/SRQ, and it's March 13th through the 16th. There you go.
16.
And then also, I didn't mention this before, and I don't know if we still have the slide or not, but my Procreate course is doing really well. If you work in Procreate, you have an iPad, and you're looking for some pointers, I just put out a couple of weeks ago a course on painting in Procreate, my approach, and it's been really popular. People have been enjoying it. So if that's something you are interested in, then go over to creatureartteacher.com, and you can check that out. And I think this is it.
Mobile app, Patreon.
Mobile app. We talked about the mobile app. Just if we now have a mobile app that you can download from the App Store at Apple, and it's good for your iPhone, your iPad, Apple TV. You can use, and you can watch our stuff on the go, and you can do in-app purchases. If you are an Android user, rest assured we are working on an Android version as we speak, and so that's coming along. And then Patreon. If you guys are so inclined, going over to Patreon. .com/Aaron Blaise Art and become a not subscriber, but a donor, and you'll get some rewards there, and that really helps us out. So I hope you guys have a great week, and like we always say, go out there, put some beauty back in the world, be an artist, and make someone else's life better. Okay? And with that, I will hand it over to Dustin. Have a great week, you guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in any photography work, you can go over and check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaise. And I do a lot of wildlife photography. And most of my photos recently have been from our local wildlife refuge, Lake Woodruff Wildlife Refuge. And there's I have a lot of photos in there of great blue herons and common egrets and even a couple of otter shots here and there. But it's all it's mostly wildlife based stuff on my Instagram. So be sure to go over there and check it out. Hope you guys like it. And thank you guys so much for watching this once again. And we'll see you guys next Friday.
Yep.
Friday,
baby. Friday.
So until then, Cowboy Bebop. See you guys later.